Hit the live button. See if we are alive on YouTube as well. I'm hoping this works, because I've had to change things around with Stream Key and all that. Excellent connection. Alright, we're good. Okay, so welcome to Rising Storm 3. After 1 year in development, hopefully it'll have been worth the wait. Please let me know what you think after you've had the chance to watch. I can be reached at GabeBen@valvesoftware.com, and my favorite class is Alfarius. Thanks, and have fun! There you go. This is my retarded ancient meme.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's wonderful.
Oh yes, I just adapted it a little bit to make it fit. So yeah, welcome back everyone. We are kept you waiting, for Season 3 of Rising Sun Black Crusade 40k Chapter 1. Oh yeah, there you go. Whatever the title is. It's way too long and I've just kept it because it's funny, to be honest.
So Han, which character are you going for this time? Alfarius or Omega?
It is a new friend, you will see.
Yes. New friendos. Thank you, Scarlet Knight, for letting me know that everything is working. Please let me know how the audio sounds, if it's too loud, too low, or if this microphone sounds crap, because it is indeed a different microphone. If it's really bad, I may have to change it, but we'll see. See how it goes.
The main reason is today we're playing over Xbox Live.
Yes, absolutely, for that peak
I've come.
retro experience.
I have just now.
Shiloh Hendrix moment.
I have just now come to a horrific realization. What was the leadership skill again?
Leadership.
That's command, right?
Yeah, command. Yep.
Okay. Does anyone have does any of the characters present have better than 60 command?
Holy shit, 60, okay.
60. I think you might have the best, because you've got the best fellowship stat, right?
And I do have command trained. It's one of the most recent things Johanna got.
Yeah, you might have the best command skill out of everyone.
So does that mean that on the ship of the active characters who remain on the Rising Sun is Johanna de facto captain?
You are apparently the most authoritative and charismatic character, yes.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious and terrifying.
Yeah.
What's your fellowship?
Like 50.
60.
Yeah, 60. There you go.
Damn.
I mean, it's near the limits of human, like, ceiling of how high your fellowship can go.
I mean,
naturally.
mine's 28, so...
Yeah.
I'm 27.
I think mine was higher before the brain damage.
Pasta, do you have higher fellowship than those two?
Wait, let me test the command.
Pasta, what's
I
your...
have 39!
Oh my, Pasta's way more charismatic. That kind of fits after all this time, though, weirdly.
So,
I'm just...
it seems my command score is at a net 67 because I put like so much XP into it.
What the fuck?
I'm... Awesome, you're slightly higher than Johanna. You get the factor command. Holy shit.
Just barely.
So he has like no natural charisma, but he's just very good at shouting
He's
at
very
people.
well practiced. That's about it. He has zero charisma. It's that.
Oh,
I was about to be terrified because I had a vision of a terrible future where Johanna had just managed to stumble her way into the captain position after Nolos fucking died.
I could buy more Intimidate, I have the XP.
To be fair, since Nullus left, you're all kind of just in a weird, like, we are all the leader. There is no clear leader in our party.
We are
kind of
a
meme.
collective.
Yes, the collective
Correct.
leadership.
We were in a state of communism.
Yeah.
I mean, I was less talking about a leader of our group and more a leader of like who the fuck gives command on a day-to-day
On a
command
day-to-day
to
on the
the crew
ship.
on a day-to-day basis.
It's
I mean,
probably
I think we can find
you
someone
or a
to do that
middle
for us.
manager
That
like
sounds like
Dillard,
effort.
to be honest. Poor Dillard is just running the ship for the most part anyway.
I mean, when you sign up to be captain, you should.
Yeah. He's not even the captain. He's like the first officer, and now he's the de facto captain. I'm pretty sure.
First mate.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever did lore on what happened to the original captain. I just presume he died or something, and then...
Didn't he get, like, violently shanked to death by that elf?
Well, not him, the original Imperial Navy captain that was presumably aboard this ship.
Oh.
Yeah, before Chaos took the craft.
Yeah, now I remember. The two things that I gave Johanna before the last game, like a year ago, ended, was Psi rating 8 and command trained.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna turn myself down a wee bit. Should be fine.
I'm hoping my printers will behave themselves. Apologies if they do not, and yet you hear me suddenly swearing.
There we go. Let me know how it is. Well, I've turned it down a couple of decibels in my mic, so it should even out.
Yes, I'm moderating.
I guess I should try and we'll introduce Hans' character in a bit when he's ready, but we'll roughly recap what happened last time. You basically you were on Paros after recently helping Morello take it over, and helping the Iron Warriors like establish a military presence here, so they can have all their fleets repair and shit like that.
I think I remember. I could try and do a recap, Dragon Ball style.
Yeah, sure. You can have a go at it. So.
All right. Last time on the Rising Sun, our crew of intrepid space overlords traveled to Paros, within the Ixonid sector, I think.
Yeah.
And joined a dastardly Machiavellian politician upon the planet in order to stage a subtle takeover through vague political means, slowly corrupting the populace and the military into followers of chaos, so that the Iron Warriors could eventually swoop in and simply take over the planet without a struggle.
Yeah.
Also, there's mold in the water supply.
Water supply is suspicious chemicals and pathogens, and I guess, yeah.
We will see many mutations. We will see many mutations from the mold and other fluids that were put into the water supply by the Nurgle worshipper and the Slaneshi.
Indeed. Yeah, that sums it up well. I would say you probably spent a few weeks to a month just chilling out on Paros and getting yourselves ready. That seems.
It's borderline a pleasure world, right? Yeah, the Slaneshi cult is gonna have fun there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and all of you can have fun. Think about it, right? You've had 2 seasons of this, and none of you have had a nice holiday. So I think that fits.
We need a beach episode.
Yeah, I was gonna do this vacation.
We could have done a beach episode, but that would have been a bit too weird for this campaign.
Now I'm just imagining it. Now I'm just imagining Sivin fucking swimwear, and I'm having a nightmare.
I wonder what happens to Ziv if you were to ever take a bath.
All of you.
I mean, I can take a bath now. There's already mold in the water supply.
Yeah. Yeah, all of you would look pretty monstrous, like just taking baths on the beach, to be honest.
Yes, Johanna in her full fucking succubus daemon form in the water, indeed.
And then you've got the buff cyborg cat lady. You've got Ziv, which is already terrifying.
Like 3 of Hans' characters.
Yeah, Hans' characters are all like either Astartes or just strange. Yeah. But,
yes.
It would be like a horror movie.
Kinda, yeah. It'd be like darkly comedic, like the chaos monstrous people just fucking chilling out.
The horrifically mutated Slaneshi cult. The horrifically mutated Slaneshi cult are playing volleyball.
Aye.
Make sure you subscribe, get a membership, and then you might get your DVD of the special episode. Chaos Goes on Holiday.
There's a DVD special. That'd be amazing.
And
Yes.
if you pay extra, you get the 18+ version.
Oh my god. There you go.
I thought there just was the 18+ version.
We made one in secret.
Yes, Will, Xbox Live is still a thing, but it's a lot less edgy and, like, censored nowadays, basically.
You can't
Yeah.
say the gamer word.
Yeah,
Oh man.
people don't even talk in game chat on Xbox Live much anymore either
can
because of that. So.
Damn.
You
It's all
can
just
barely say
parties
the
and
R.
stuff. Ooh.
But how do I describe
Oh
myself?
god.
Oh no. I should have done this. There you go. I forgot the soundboard. Right.
You fucking rigger.
A rigger. Damn.
This ain't no election.
Oh. So, you will spend some time on Paros. And, I think last time you decided you wanted to go to McConnell Secundus. Because it's in the same sector, and, well, it'd be nice to have another planet, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I should probably clear up. I'm going to assume Morello is staying on Paris to solidify his rule. And maybe he will help you sometime in the near future if you ask him to. That's kind of the idea I'm going for. Han, I'm presuming your character is either just staying on the ship and doing his own background things, or he's staying on Paros, or to do something there, maybe. Who knows?
Pretty much.
Yeah, he's around.
Going around doing what's needed for the greater good.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Greater good.
The greater good.
Alpha Legion are gonna do Alpha Legion things.
Yeah.
Alright. So, I can move you to the ship now, or we can stay on... Actually, we'll stay on the map for a moment. Because you all need to figure out how you're going to take McConnell Secundus.
So, a bit of background, because this is basically my sort of thing. So, McConnell Secundus is Johanna's home planet.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Are you a
Johanna's-
noblewoman there?
Yeah. Johanna will very simply explain that, well, to the best of her ability anyway, she will explain that she, well, she's not very welcome back there normally, but she would really like to take it over so that she can prove to her family, so that she can show her family all that she's achieved. And would like your help with it.
I guess.
I feel like there's a catch.
What's the catch?
Don't know. That's what I'm
Everything.
concerned.
They're just immediately suspicious, I guess, of this ask.
I mean, you'll
Nah,
have to
I'm
tell
kidding,
Johanna.
I'm
Johanna, you'll have to tell Johanna what the catch is because she doesn't know.
Suggest a catch to her plan.
This is where you come in, audience.
Let the audience decide there's a catch to this or not. Just in a drunk, fueled stupor, she comes out with something the audience.
Black Crusade Rising Sun is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
I should probably be taking this more seriously. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It is a strange request, I will grant you, to just say, guys, let's take over this fucking planet. Why the hell not? We've got a cruiser, we've got soldiers now from the Corn
Do
guys. We can do
another
it.
planet? I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that's a lot of work.
But guys,
Then again, we don't have that many planets.
yeah, this is the
I
Black
mean, we don't
Crusade,
have
fellas.
one
Come
planet.
on, let's do
Um,
crusading.
Johanna is also going to point out that, like, the whole thing the Iron Warriors wanted us to, like, do was help them, like, pave a path into closer to Segmentum Solar in the first place. That's why we kind of started with Paros. That's what we were told
That's-
to do because we flew from here down to Perils. And we're going to help them basically like make a path closer to a segmented solar, if I remember, right?
More or
Also,
less,
it helps
yeah.
us forge a path. At least it helps me forge a path to Cadia.
Hmm,
Mm-hmm.
that's
So
right.
she's basically saying if we're going to forge a path, if we're going to basically do that anyway, can't we go there to do it? To start?
I
Or
mean,
to
yeah.
continue?
Fair enough. Favor for a favor.
It would help you secure most of the Xanid sector right here.
Mhm.
There's
Uh,
probably more planets there that are marked than that, but whatever. Fine.
she'll
There's other
also-
people conquering some of them, I'm sure.
She'll also say that like Johanna's not the best at this, but she did get a brain implant, so she is kind of smarter now.
It's true.
So she's going to say that if like resources and stuff are a thing, her home was a hive world. So like the entire planet's basically just a big resource hog.
You would also know that there is a lot of mining and I want to make a joke here. Oh, fuck, I'll do it. There is a lot of raw earth in McConnell's Secundus.
Is it
Great
still rare
brothers.
earth metals if it's not on Earth?
There you go.
What if they're common here?
Right.
Like they are here.
But yeah, Johanna basically goes.
So like, if we're gonna have to do this anyway, can we go to my home and like show my parents all the cool stuff we done?
There you go.
Fair
Does this
enough.
feel like the
I
last
mean-
time where we had to pretend to be your like, personal like staff.
Oh, well, I mean, there's not gonna be much of that. I do have a plan, kinda though.
I would add, because I don't think we're as qualified for that anymore after all the mutations.
Oh, yes,
that
definitely.
that won't be a problem because we don't need to pretend for any normal people. I have a bit of a plan, so, like doing the whole political thing, I don't think it's gonna work that well because the whole planet is, kind of it's very nobility kind of stuff. So like we'd have a hard time getting in anyway. So I think instead, why don't we just go into the lower hive and get everyone there to work for us, and then we can attack from the sky where the people in the lower hive attack from the bottom.
Goddamn. Fair enough.
From the bottom, now we're here.
Right. I'm gonna take you to
And
the
that's
ships.
that's Johanna's page. We can move on now.
Yeah, I will take you to the ship's bridge now so you can figure out what. There's some things to go over. Where the hell is the ship's bridge map? Have I misplaced it?
We're off to a good start.
Yeah. Oh no. I haven't. There you go. Because everything's in folders now, all the pages, so that's kind of neat. Who the fuck is the old That's Sean Connery!
Sean Connery.
Hey, Woodland. There you go. Oh yeah, and those are the guys you're interviewing. Yep.
Yeah, Barry.
We'll remove Sean. There you go.
One day I will have a consistent art style for all of my characters, but it is not this day.
Never.
I love the dumb like spell effects you can put on roll 20 now as well.
Yes.
That's amazing. I will say, by the way, roll 20, the jump gate update, it does make it run a lot smoother, but that's
does, yeah.
mainly it. It's mostly just a performance update, which is nice, but
Yeah.
it's not all it's cracked up to be either. So. Right. It's kind of like the Arma 3 dev update that they did recently.
I enjoy it. It gives me lore accurate Johanna.
Yeah, there you go. Who are we missing? I think Ziv.
Yep. Let me place myself down there.
Yeah, I can make
I
you
was gonna
slightly
see if I needed
larger.
to update my character art, and then went, no, I'm still
There you go.
dressed the Tech Marine. That'll do.
Right, we should probably
Oh, that's
introduce
a big
Han's
one.
fellow. Han, who are you playing as now, today?
I am playing as Mr. Sabutai Han,
Abutai.
a former member of the Blood Pact, who somehow made his way onto the ship with the gaggle of corn worshippers that you collected on the planet.
Amazing. Possibly a warp
Iron Warriors
portal
planet.
opened up somewhere and he just walked through one day, so there you go.
Yeah,
That was
He's
and
legit.
he was told by some superior to meet up with you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Kinda
that, let me find, I've got her stats somewhere, where is she? The Warband. I forgot what I called them. I called them something cringe. Ah, the Crimson Clan, yes. Very edgy and cool, I'll have you know. I am 14 years old. This is my listen, listen, Games Workshop.
I am 14 and this is deep and edgy.
Games Workshop have Typhus's blade called Man Reaper. Like, how gay is that as a name for your signature weapon? Hey, Man Reaper. It kills loads of people.
I mean, I guess it reaps men, so, you know.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it's like, God, it is just the edgy 14-year-old name.
I mean, to be fair, you wouldn't want to cut yourself on Typhus's blade.
No.
I couldn't even go with player.
Okay, so yeah, Lo Chen.
Reaps the men and the children too.
That reminds me that like the chapter master of the Kokkaradons, like his title is referred to as the Shade Lord. It's so edgy.
He fights.
Wait, aren't they the shark ones?
Yes,
Yeah.
those are the shark
Why isn't he
ones.
called the Wave Lord?
Yeah, that'd be
I don't
cool. The Wave Lord. There you go.
Yeah, or the Grand Shark or something.
Yeah. The Grand Shark. The King Crab.
This is now I'm filled with just as much dismay as when I realized that the Magnus Redskra title is in fact not the Grand Wizard.
True.
So, Lo Chen basically decides that you fellas should have a representative from her warband to liaison with you and help you out and pass messages on, especially since you're all doing like military stuff now. I guess you're planning, so it makes sense.
Yep.
I presume Han, your character. Well, we'll probably find out as you play, but he's one of the more sedate Khorne warriors, possibly in the clan. I mean, the clan
relatively.
The
Yes.
clan, to be honest, from the way we saw them last time, were reasonably chill, but they did have their fights at times. So.
They didn't try to skewer us on sight. So
Yeah.
that was reasonably cool, yeah.
Yeah, outside of battle, he's pretty laid back.
Yeah.
Although he does have like the purity of aggression mutation, which means that he has enemy everyone and hatred everyone.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
I recognize.
he is
I
a
recognize
foolish
the base.
samurai warrior.
I recognize the base for that art. You can't fool me with the samurai armor.
Our men are running from the battlefield. The shameful
there.
display. Okay, I need to stop making
Are
these
you gonna appear with Bill's bike from his old character by any chance?
jokes. It just shows up.
Just ride a bike through like a spaceship.
No, not riding it. You've got to carry it away. That's the traditional.
Oh man.
Oh no! Even better, he does the Akira slide.
Greetings.
I think we're all going for different things here, and it kind of.
Oh hi, you're a corn worshipper, right? Don't stab me, and I won't make you kill yourself.
You're sent here as an emissary of the Crimson Clan.
That works because you're a weeb character as well. The Crimson Clan.
Greetings,
Sovereignty.
fella.
I'm here to
Political
maintain
aesthetic,
good
though.
relations and aid you in your dealings.
There you
Awesome.
Fair enough.
What weapons do you carry as a warrior of the Crusade?
Sabotai Han, the honorable warrior of the Blood Pact, is carrying a hell gun with a chain bayonet attached, and that's it.
Awesome. There you go.
Yes, he
Pretty
also has some pretty
straightforward.
fancy armor.
Yeah.
That is a hell of a katana.
Folded 1,000 times.
Ah, yes. The chain blade
It
greased
folds
1,000
itself
times.
mid the battle 1,000 times in revenge.
It's greased in
Exactly.
the blood of his enemies ritually every morning. Like,
Yeah.
It's like a nanite blade. It folds itself constantly.
the fuck?
Every day I cut this across my wrists.
Yes. That I can see that being a line of 40k novel. You know?
Oh my god!
Like
Oh my
fucking
god! I have the
Sabutai cut his palm to
stupidest
bloody the blade. His
It was a
ritual.
daily ritual.
That is the stupidest fucking corruption of that line, which is just like every day I cut it across my wrist, so it's bathed in the blood of the innocent.
Fuck. I cut myself into pieces. My last resort. Alright.
I can't do this.
I
I
mean,
can't do
it's-
this. I left this part of me behind.
It's kind of funny coming from a Khorne worshipper, because Khorne doesn't care where the blood flows from.
Oh shit.
The blood flows. Yes.
He does have like the vampiric addiction mutation, so he does actually drink blood. 'Cause
Oh,
he's an edgy
amazing.
Awesome.
boy.
No.
Drink my own blood.
Yeah. Yes.
Alright.
Sometimes I
Guys, hold on a minute. I need to suck myself.
you gotta go in for a quick self-suck. We call this self-service.
Oh my god!
I love how we haven't really barely started yet. We're just like, well, how many memes can we cram into this
Hey,
episode?
chat, what is tone?
What is the hell yeah?
We'll
Can
get
we lower
there.
this? Can we lower this any further?
Listen, we need to have fun before all the boring, like, you're in space and the ship shoots at you and I have to get through all
We've
that.
got to do math.
Yeah, do maths. Yeah, which I fucking hate.
Like, wait, this isn't Satanism. This is just math. Oh no.
Kids, you're at school again. God damn it. Alright, while you've been discussing this plan and meeting Sabutai,
Yes.
Dillard is going to inform you all, because he's somewhat aware of what you're planning to go to Donos Secundus and establish a military takeover. He suggests you might want to seek the aid of both the Iron Warriors, possibly the Word Bearers. Petition them for aid in your mission.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like me to summon them both at the same time, or should you speak to them one-on-one?
Do they hate each other?
Well, if I may make an observation, it may make things more heated during the negotiations, and they may try to outbid the other with what they offer you.
What do you guys think?
I think one at a time better.
That would be kind of funny to see them fighting each other, but you're probably right.
Well, it's more the, do we want to, be amused by this or actually get stuff done?
A little bit both.
The bidding war might be beneficial, but it might not help with cooperation.
Yeah, true. Okay, one at a time.
Okay. Who do you want to call first? Lord.
Ghostbusters.
I mean, we know the Iron Warriors better, I guess.
Yeah, you can give Goldtrax a call.
We worked with them the longest, so I guess we can start with them.
Yep.
Oh,
After a few minutes, Dillard sets up a Discord call with Goldtrax. There you go. And he's like, what was your warband's name again? It was something the hand, the invisible hand.
Invisible
We are
Hand.
the
Yes.
Invisible Hand.
Sorry.
the invisible hand indeed.
Alright.
The Invisible Hand of the Rising Sun.
Yes. After a minute, the static gets patched in, and he nods to you all and says, "Greetings, warriors of the Invisible Hand. What can I do for you today?"
Hi, Baldy. So good to see you again.
You too. He kind of shrugs. Like, you had some kind of proposition for me, I gather.
So it's very simple. We want to take over a planet. And it's probably just gonna be like, you know, the standard like boom boom pew pew bang explosion stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Siege stuff. There we go, that's the word.
Siege, you say?
Yeah, can you help us with that?
My Grand Battalion certainly could help you with such a mission. I presume you would be requesting fleet assistance as well to establish superiority over the system.
Yeah.
Johanna looks to the rest of the party for confirmation.
Sabotage will just nod aggressively.
Of course.
Sure.
It's an interesting endeavor you propose. I am quite grateful for the assistance you've provided me many times in the past, and of course for helping us staging post on Paros. But I would ask, what would you be willing to bargain in return for our military assistance this conquest?
Well, I mean, the planet itself has a lot of resources, and anything you want from there?
We do have some rare minerals.
How you do negotiations?
Milk and cookies.
I'm sure they have some foodstuffs there. You are probably correct.
Ice.
You could use it as a staging ground for future operations.
I was thinking that too. I'll tell you what,
Also,
send me...
it paves a path.
I'll look over the data on this world and see what kind of resources they have, and I'll absolutely take that into consideration. Is there anything else you'd like to offer me, or just resources and military access?
Well, I don't think you're supposed to offer more than you absolutely need to, so not at the moment.
Very well, we will be
I
in...
will briefly interject. Is there anything that you would particularly be looking for with your knowledge of the system that we may have overlooked or neglected to mention?
Well, to be honest, it doesn't really have, from what I can tell in our records, all that much manufacturing capacity. They seem a fairly mid-level of technology. And I don't mean that in the meme sense, like, is it just a medium? Their tech is pretty mid, guys, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about the construction? Maybe there's some interesting facilities or buildings or just architecture.
Well, carry on.
I mean, I would prefer if the place was standing once we're done with it, because I mean, personally, I want to use it as like a base of sorts, so that I can start growing like a chaos cult there more. A lot of the people there are very weak-minded and easy to manipulate. So you know, it would be really easy to turn them out to chaos if most of them survive.
Laborers! That's what we can offer, laborers.
You know, you've just hit what I was thinking there, Mr. Ziv. While it doesn't have a lot of manufacturing capacity, I would, if we can have our pick of some of the healthiest subjects there. I wouldn't mind some more laborers, servants, promising recruits for our military, that sort of thing. Just a pick of people, you could say.
The children of this planet yearn for the mines.
Indeed. There you go.
That sounds great. That sounds great. Just let us look at them first, okay?
I think so. We could arrange a balanced distribution, sure. I I presume you would like most of the, what's the word for it? Like stewardship of the planet, you want to rule it, the majority of it or whatever, so.
Yeah.
As long as we're able to set up a military base, control some of the spaceport traffic and trade, access to resources and people, I think we could come up with something agreeable.
Oh, sure. We can talk about that once we've actually taken the planet, though, right?
Certainly, we can work out the fine deals once it's all said and done. And yes, our units can certainly carry out a more surgical strike to eliminate military presence best we can and keep civilian infrastructure intact.
The Space Marine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, if we didn't want the planet, we could probably just throw shit at it from orbit.
Certainly, if it becomes too
or
troublesome.
send, a crack team in and just disable their infrastructure, like we've done several times.
Yeah.
I think I saw something like that happen once.
Over there, yes.
I gotta say, by the way, it's
Like
really,
a
it's
pillar
really,
of fire.
it's very interesting to play a character who knows the right thing to say, but says it stupidly.
Yeah, it is quite entertaining. Well, we'll be in system for a few months more. I'll let you mull over what you decide, and then when you finalize an offer, let us know.
Sure thing.
Alright.
So you're telling me you're interested?
Absolutely, Mr. Ziv would be quite interested. Alright, farewell.
Bye bye. Nice to see you. Tell your girlfriend I said hi, if you have one.
I highly doubt he has a GF, to be
Well,
honest.
Yeah.
anyway.
A demon Kulaba will hardly classify as a girlfriend.
There you
I
go.
guess so. So I guess the Iron Warriors want people, and they want a place to stay, right? That was
And they
right.
want that raw earth as well, potentially.
And maybe some rocks.
Yeah.
Was that about right?
Yeah, that seems to be what it
Wait,
needs
so
to
you're
be.
telling
You
Damn.
never know.
You're breaking up a bit, Pasta.
Breaking up.
Oh, oof, fair.
Yeah.
I might have to adjust my voice system.
You need to kick
Yeah,
through
just
the
roll.
router a bit.
Switch to the PlayStation.
The
Um,
Somehow that works
Yes,
really
pretty
well.
much.
Mom says it's my
Oddly
turn on
enough.
the PlayStation.
We'll try that one.
It'd be funny if he literally logs into his PlayStation and jumps in. Is that a thing, by the way? Discord? Does it let you?
Yeah, you can, and he's done that before, and it works so much better. for
That's
some reason.
hilarious.
Like,
The
it
power
really
of
fixes
the
his
power of
connection.
Sony servers. Yes.
Japanese
Japanese
technology.
Arosaka's
I
finest.
have traveled to Tokyo. I have traveled to Tokyo to connect through a discard. Is it working now?
I like he sound Indian. It's fucking amazing. Hello, I think I use the Japanese internet to connect to your Discord. God damn it. How are we? Hello, PlayStation Pasta. It literally
I
says
am back.
I love that
Oh.
you have a little fucking PlayStation symbol. What the fuck?
It's real gamer time, as they say.
I love how this fixed it immediately.
He also he sounds more clear now and bassy. What the fuck? The power of Arasaka.
Now you just have a vague distortion to your voice. It just sounds like what I imagine Sim sounds like.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's amazing. What the fuck?
Look at that.
Now I feel like we're in a Command and Conquer game. What the hell?
Bruh.
So we've got Ziv or Pasta joining us over PlayStation and Stu with the Xbox Live. Over
Yeah.
there. Nice.
All the
This
corpse
is
are
totally
milling.
real gaming voice chat.
All the cyber. Cybertech Punk Corps are represented.
Yeah, it's like we said, it's the Xbox Live episode.
Oh,
Including the totally real gamer girl, everyone.
yes.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes.
Guy in real
Yes.
life.
Cyber GF. There you go.
Biblically accurate gamer girl.
Indeed.
Biblical.
Don't stare too long at Johanna's face; you'll go blind.
Oh,
literally.
shit.
That's one of the effects.
That's part of the biblically accurate part.
So the next people we have to call up were the word bearers.
They are the only significant other military presence nearby. Yes.
Johanna is going to speak for me and say,
So, who are the word bearers again?
They're very adamant priests, basically. They're religious extremists.
They are Astartes in red, but they lack character
Also
and
accurate.
good honor.
There you go.
They're, as you say, dumb fucks. Terrible people.
Oh,
They prefer words over actions. It disgusts me.
Don't trust them. Ever.
so are we planning to work with them, or are we planning to trick them and take everything they have? Like, which one?
Preferably the second.
I don't think we'll win if we fight them,
Oh, are you strong?
because there's a lot of them, and they will fight to the last man if they fancy it.
But you
Why?
forget the one thing they don't have. Brains. That's a battle of wits.
You don't sound like you like them very much.
Of course I don't fucking like them. They came with my team. Well, a long time ago, but you know.
Hold
Don't
quick.
let go of your grudges.
Right?
Oh wow, I didn't know that about you. You want to talk about
Okay.
it?
Right, before we enter the negotiations,
I don't
what
do
is our plan to
therapy
get out
anymore.
of this, so we have a solid plan before we talk to them.
Okay.
These guys are probably going to be a bit less professional on that front.
Unfortunately, I realized that Sabotage is actually dumb as a rock. He has an
Oh.
intelligence of 24,
Oh,
which is
Oh,
lower than
damn,
some
you-
orcs. So
oh.
Why would you expect me not to be
I just follow orders.
cordial with these terrible, dumb fucks?
Well, I mean, if you want me to be cordial, I can do that. I haven't really tried to be in a while, but like, I can talk properly again.
Also, you have 1 point higher intelligence than Johanna, who has 23.
Bruh.
But she has a cyber implant, giving her 3 unnatural intelligence.
Well, you only have a 23.
I'm
Yeah.
over here with
I got a
43. with a
48.
2.
Johanna is
I might be the smartest person
Johanna
here.
is the dumbest broad. She just has a brain implant that occasionally tells her what to do.
It's a great job that all your characters are pretty busted in combat for the most. Just
Yeah.
kicking everyone's
Hello,
ass.
yes. Strength 60,
Yeah.
modifier 4.
It's a good thing we can fight our way out of a paper bag, because we
Yes.
sure can't think our way out of it.
Yeah.
Except for
Yeah.
Ursula. You're the
Listen.
exception.
Listen,
Okay.
if you trap most of our characters in a square room without a roof, we will all try and successfully break through the wall.
Yeah, basically.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. I'm pretty sure it's that you put them in a circular room and tell them to sit in the corner, and they'll keep looking. However,
Now we'll just make a corner.
what do we
I
want
mean,
to get out? I'll try and do
what
some
else do
character
you need?
research of this. So, what do we want the word bearers to do?
I mean, if we
Help
hate
us.
them, we could try. If we hate them, we could ask them for ground troops, and just tell them to all to go like suicide rush, and just pretend that it's not a suicide rush.
You do not frame it as suicide rush, but they will happily provide ground troops for an assault. However, what do we want them for? We
Good,
cannot
a
say, "Oh,
direct-
we want you to do attack." Attack what? Attack where? Attack when? Attack who? We have to
exactly.
look at a bigger picture than just hit with stick.
Here's
It
the
will
thing.
work when you have targets.
Yeah,
Here's the
very
thing. We get them to attack the local Astromilitarum in the middle of the day. Eh?
I mean, yes. Where? Should we send them as a decoy raid or as the main
Yeah,
assault?
decoy.
Well, I believe the word bearers are good at talking, so why not let them talk?
But I want them to die.
Well,
I mean,
that can happen
I
too.
need to remember, word bearers are not world eaters.
Hmm.
alright.
Yes.
There is small difference.
Yes, they are different. I want one of them to die.
I want one.
So,
Well, I'm sure at
okay.
least one of them will die. However, that is not to be our doing. So I think we need to decide on a more systematic approach. The Iron Warriors, they will quite happily assault fortifications for us. That will not be an issue. However, if we want to sow chaos and discord, I think having these word bearers to do some spot raids, shall we say, spend maybe a week just pecking away at little outposts, really wind up the tensions and draw out the forces. Then the Iron Warriors can go in as a surgical strike and seize the leadership.
Yeah, sure.
However,
Maybe-
what will we be doing to motivate these word bearers? Is there any artifacts or resources that they might be interested in on the planet? Or are we
Well, what
purely going to
do-
try and buy them off and or go glorious combat?
No. Let's tell them there's plenty of converts to be made, and that maybe the populace has expressed a desire to convert. Maybe.
I mean, there's
Yep.
plenty of
sounds good.
there's plenty of like mutants in the lower hive. I know because I'm one of them. I was.
I don't think that's how that works, dear.
Oh, it is. They like chaos down there.
Yes, however, are not you one of the royal, noble families?
Oh yeah, but that was until I killed my husband.
I feel like I have missed something here. Anyway, so what are we going to offer these word bearers for their services? And to keep them away from the Iron Warriors, just so they do not get professional differences.
Well, what do word bearers usually do when they go to a planet?
They talk. They preach.
So
I
they
know.
just trying to get more members.
Oh
Yes.
yes. They definitely do.
Well, I mean,
They
it's,
will. They might even encourage you by other means to join if they can.
I mean, the one thing my planet has a ton of is people.
Hmm.
Okay.
So,
So
I mean,
I
we
suppose.
have bargaining chip then. We have motivation for them to join in with our cause.
well, I guess so. I'm just
Because this will be important for negotiations. If we can come up with nothing, they will laugh in our faces. At best. An army does not march for whimsy and wonder.
they don't.
Not unless they are highly motivated by whimsy and wonder.
Oh. We could, if they're you're saying they're really, what did you call it? Religious?
Oh yes.
So that's like my cult, right?
I
Yeah.
suppose so, but on a slightly larger scale.
Yes. Also, a lot more sellers.
They worship all the dark gods.
Yes.
Yeah, he
They
also-
zealously worship all of them.
Well, I mean, they're probably still we could probably just tell them that our goal is to convert this planet to like chaos and stuff, and maybe that will be good enough for them.
I mean, that is our goal, is it not?
Yeah.
Sure.
So we are not lying to them, because
Yeah.
it is best not to anger the legions when you are
I want-
smaller than the legions.
I want to claim my home in the name of chaos and my prince.
This
Now,
sounds pretty
Pitch
simple then.
that to them. That will sell well.
I mean, as long as a few of them die and they don't settle, fair enough.
I
Well-
mean, if they're gonna join us in the battle, we can just tell them to go first, right?
Well, Iron Warriors don't like word bearers, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Who does?
And Iron Warriors have artillery.
Ah,
Yes, I think we should send them to
I like the
different
way you
areas.
think.
I still think we should send them to different areas, just to avoid complications.
We'll just figure out which area is most dangerous, and then we send the word bearers there, right?
I mean, the PDF might have artillery too, you know. Might accidentally.
Yeah, well,
blow
that's
up.
like
Okay,
that's
right.
why we should go in first to like see what things are and what we can do about it, so that we can maybe like take stuff out.
I think we should try and negotiate
Fair.
from a point where we are not trying to get them killed. That can happen. That can happen, but it should not be our doing, because if they
Yeah.
bring a psyker with them, they might be able to read our thoughts, and I feel like that will go badly for us.
Good point.
So
Don't
let's
worry.
go in there
Don't
with
worry,
a
if
"Hey,
they-
glorious combat, risk of death, not we're going to get you killed."
Oh well, that's
Yeah.
obvious.
Those apostles are a bit of a.
I mean,
trouble.
if they bring like a psyker, I mean, we could just see whose brain explodes first.
Let's maybe just work on honesty and working together, not brain explosions.
Oh, okay.
It may be slightly less exciting, but I
Okay.
feel like we should at least try the negotiations from a point of sincerity.
I might want to stay back on this one. Floor's yours, Ursula. I would definitely compromise this.
That is a good thing to do. So if when we are ready to discuss, we will ask you to either remain silent or to leave the room. However, if we are doing this over the astropathic system, or
Yep.
local comms, that sort of thing, I think we should be safe as long as they are not in the room with us now.
I don't trust them.
Hello,
That is
word bearers.
understandable.
Are you in the walls?
I mean, they might be,
However,
honestly.
Well,
there is
I don't
there
feel
is
anyone
little
in
to
the
be
walls
gained.
except the gnome.
make a Sinisians test if you like.
I will make a side issue that says, is there anyone in the walls right now?
Let's have a look.
Here we go. That should be accurate.
I mean, Alferus is probably in the walls. Oh god!
That is 7 degrees of success.
Okay, you have an
Um,
option to control the Alpha Legion.
Well,
Is there anyone in the walls of the
Arius,
ship right now?
not right now, no. You sense faint. Well, you sense presences all over the ship, but specifically psychic presences. There's a few potential latent psychers on your ship, but nothing really
Oh, yeah,
sticks
I
out particularly to you. There's some big dark spheres, which are where the blanks are, which you can't see through. But beyond that, yeah, nothing really seems to stick out to you.
Johanna really needs to get apprentices. More of them.
Yes. Psychic cabal.
Johanna says with perfect confidence,
There's no one in the walls right now.
There you
That sounds like something someone in the walls would say.
go. Come through damn walls.
Okay, are we calling them?
Man.
Alright.
So, we are of one mind. We are going to have Johanna here speak to them, talking of the conquest that can be had, the minds that can be changed, the peoples that can be brought into the light of chaos. And in exchange, we will have them do some lightning raids on some of the outlying settlements to soften up them so we can go in for our surgical strike, and we will not mention that we will be accompanied by the Iron Warriors. Are we of one mind on this?
Tell them we have fun.
Yes.
Tell them we have fun and games and lightning and no iron. Got it.
My lady Johanna, you shall be speaking to them as you are the, what is the word? The authority figure here. You are the damsel in distress.
Oh, I love that.
I thought you probably will. However, let's see. Are we of one mind here, so we may proceed?
Of course.
Excellent.
Very well.
All right. You ring up the Skype. Do 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 do.
Do, 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 do.
And he answers. After the statics all cleared up, he regards you all, and there is a warm smile across his face that kind of creeps you out a little.
Understandable.
He's like, invisible hand. I was wondering if you would be paying me a call soon. What do I owe this pleasure?
Johanna, in this very unusual display, having been as it was briefly mentioned earlier that maybe a bit more etiquette was in place, is a short bow and a curtsy as she says,
Greetings,
Yeah.
warrior of the word bearers. We have called you to make a request and an offer.
Indeed, most curious. What is your request?
In the name of chaos, and for me, in the name of the prince, we seek to conquer one of the planets of the false emperor's order, and would like your aid in doing so.
Make me a charm test since you're trying to put on a very high etiquette response here. just to give me an
sure
idea.
thing.
Yep.
Oh my god, here we go. Hold on, I need to check my bonuses on this. He's not in the room, so I can't psychically influence him.
No.
That's about the only thing holding me back, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
According-
this is accurate.
According to some 40k fucking books, you can influence people through vidcoms, and apparently that's the
that's
thing
another-
I've seen in Star Wars. But I think that's
another
stupid.
that's another 7 degrees of success.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he pleasantly smiles and says, tell me which world you have in mind.
McDonald Secundus. It was
Ooh.
my home at one point before chaos found me.
Indeed. Rather curious.
I would like to show my people the light of the star, and the face of my prince.
A wonderful and worthy goal, my child. He kind of, the corner of his lips kind of smirk a bit, and he kind of gestures to something off screen, and some servants bring up data pads and stuff for him, and he just starts looking through them and reading, and he's like, one moment. And he just he reads for a couple of minutes, just looking through some stuff. And he says, rather fascinating world you wish to spread the light to. Not a lot of manufacturing or some resources could be useful for military application, but I am rather pleased that there are so many people on this world, hopefully willing converts to the primordial ones.
That is the hope, and is why we have seek your aid. Here is what we wish from you. We shall be preparing the assault upon the world itself, but for that it must be softened or weakened. We want you, your word bearers, to perform raids upon the planet, distract them, divide them, and weaken them, so that we may eventually come in for the kill, so to say. For the
Interesting.
conversion.
Would you, we would require that once this world has been brought into compliance and seen the light, we could request a large amount of supplicants to the word. Most of the population, if able. Undesirables will need to be sequestered or simply eliminated if they don't see the truth. Would that be agreeable to your plans?
Thinks for a moment. Simply says,
I would love for the people of my world to see the light of chaos. But I also would like for you to show some patience with them. Not everyone will understand the beauty of the star immediately.
Make me another charm test. Let's have a
Okay.
look at see how well he's predisposed to this idea. That was even better.
11.
Lamau.
11 degrees of success.
I need to find out how you even resist
Roll-
charm. Let me
roll a
actually
two.
look at that.
I did roll a 2.
Yeah, no, that was almost a perfect one. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, it's willpower, isn't it? It's just straight up willpower.
Charm is fellowship, which is equal to my willpower.
Oh yeah, no, I'm talking about his resistance.
Yeah. It would probably be like you could probably resist with like a logic or scrutiny or like anything like that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm going to give him some buffs for this. But it's still not enough. He rolled well, but
Oh, yeah.
no. Yeah.
Well, the difference is 5 degrees of success.
Yeah. He kind of pauses for a moment considering your words, and then just his smile broadens, and he's like, at times, patience is required to nurture a flock to the ways of the gods. I understand. I think such an arrangement could be made.
And to put it in more out of character terms, I'm basically trying to set it up so that it's not only can I avoid the majority of the people on the planet getting killed, I also want to set up a bit of like a conversion, a convert collection race, basically.
Yes, because you don't want to just hand him the majority of people for his converts. Yeah.
I basically want to convince him to take the hard way so that it becomes harder for him and making it, more of a race in that way. I think that's the best I can hope for when it comes to word bearers.
For sure, yeah. He kind of mulls it over and goes, we could certainly provide some military assistance in your conquest. I cannot provide too many Astartes, maybe a demi-camping cohort at most. But we do have a large amount of supplicants and cultists and brave militants who could assist you too, so they should probably help you on most of the main assaults as well, if you so wish. And some naval assets, of course, to transport and provide protection and support for the assault too.
Such would be wonderful, my lord.
Very good. Do you or your compatriots have any more questions for me? I shall be here for a few more weeks. I can await your final words.
We should like to finalize finalize things on our own end. But we should like to get to call you once more in the future.
Very
if that
well.
is agreeable.
Blessings
Yes.
of the primordial ones upon you, children. Farewell for now.
As do you.
Damn.
Blessings of chaos upon you.
Thank you, Mrs. And you too. That's it.
Oh, that was exhausting.
That was terrible.
And yes, he does speak all slowly, calmly, and sweetly like that, where it gets a little annoying.
Oh, that was.
Can't believe you've done this.
Oh, that was so.
Well, that's the thing. They're sickly sweet. Ugh.
Glad I'm not the only one disgusted by diplomacy.
Just be glad you don't spend enough time with them. You have to see all their like horrific rituals and sacrifices that they do as well.
Did you hear what he tried to do? He tried to make it so that like we get to take all of the people and we'll kill the ones who don't immediately agree. What was that about?
I think the idea of the Iron Warriors and artillery is still a good one.
Well, at least we'll have the conversion camps.
Bruh.
Alright. I'll have to kick things up a notch. Anyway, shall we go do some like groundwork on McConnell Secundas before we tell them exactly what to do?
Yeah, I
Yes.
suppose so.
Yep.
Awesome.
Fellas can indeed try and study, so what you're gonna do.
Dillard, prepare us like a shuttle.
A shuttle mount?
Well, any way of getting down there.
Oh, you're still in the system at Paros, by the way.
Oh, we're not there yet?
No,
Sorry, I'm used
no,
to
you have not departed from it. The idea is you set up the plan and the arrangement, then you travel to Secundus, because they have to get a military brigade, like, presence together to come
Well,
with you.
give
So.
me set me a shuttle anyway, because I need to do some shopping before we leave. I'll be
Right away. Yeah, you guys have a bit of downtime before you finalize your agreement. You can accept both of their offers, none of them, or one of them, or whatever you decide. It would be hilarious if you decide to just not accept any of their offers.
Well,
I mean, the more the merrier.
the Iron Warriors offer seems pretty reasonable, I guess.
You
They
give
basically-
military access to the planet, basically. What
Yeah,
was it
I
that
mean-
the word bearers wanted? Sorry, a printer shit itself, and it's one of those, if I don't
Oh.
deal with it now, it's a much bigger job.
They
Understand.
wanted basically their initial thing that they wanted was they wanted to be able to just accept converts and kill anyone who didn't immediately agree to convert.
They
Well,
want to
that's
take
for, like,
most of the
80%?
population, basically. So.
Yeah, and Johanna basically made the counter offer of just killing them is crude and just killing them is crude and stupid.
Yes.
Take your time
So-
converting them.
Mm.
And she did that specifically so she could set up a conversion race with them.
Now, in fairness,
Hence the camps.
they likely wouldn't just like, well, there probably would be some just like execute on the spot, but they would mostly just corral them, and like those who don't join would just be like sacrificed or become slaves and shit like that. So, because
Yeah.
the word bearers do a bunch of nasty stuff in the background. Like,
Are we the baddie?
like
Of
among
course
the
we are.
chaos like legions, they're probably one of the most like evil ones, basically. I would say.
Johan,
Really? Not the Night Lords?
It's kind of a toss-up between them
Or
two.
is that more just a Conrad thing?
Yeah, I mean, Night Lords are kind
Honestly,
of more
The
terror.
Night Lords
with-
don't do it at scale as much.
The
Yeah,
Night Lords
like,
do it more
they're very focused on-
specifically. Yeah.
Yeah,
One particular guy having a really bad day.
yeah.
I mean, there's a reason I called them sellers.
Yeah.
You know, the Night Lords more do the Thanos method of just choosing one random guy and making his entire life miserable for no reason.
So
No,
the word
Emperor's
bearers are
children, on the other
literally
hand.
like, "Muhaha, we are evil people."
word bearer. I mean, I have to respect that the word bearers, relish in being evil.
Oh yeah,
But
it's wonderful.
they do go a little overboard sometimes.
Yeah, they make great
Oh, yeah.
villains and interesting stories, but they are just like, we are the comic book bad guys of 40k and
Yeah.
chaos, like. and,
They are-
and
they
then,
are
Yeah,
lit- They are
they're
literally
easy
the
to
characters.
use as a bad guy.
yes.
They are literally the characters that will just like, why did you do that? And they will unironically say, because I'm evil.
I love their aesthetic though, and how they justify everything. Like, we are priests and we have like books and literature
Yeah.
and all this shit, and we go Kali Ma and sacrifice people. Like, it's really fun. Like how evil they are and how blatant it is.
All right. I guess we could accept the Iron Warriors offer, because all they really wanted was they wanted a military outpost on the planet,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted to be allowed to recruit from the population. But they didn't sound like they were basically saying that they were going to recruit everyone.
Honestly,
Yeah,
the
they-
Iron Warriors
they
deal
didn't
seems
sound
so
like
much
they were
better.
going to depopulate the planet if they didn't convert.
Also, the Iron Warriors
moment.
actively putting an outpost there is going to be a massive boost to the defense of the planet. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
a massive
wait,
bonus.
Even if they're not
Whereas-
there, the fact that they built it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas when it comes to the word bearers, it's basically, I'm sure that they would be pretty effective at what they do, and they would definitely help us convert the planet faster. But it also sounds like they're trying to screw us over, which it's word bearers. That's understandable.
I mean, we're trying to screw them over, to be fair.
True, but we haven't figured out how to do that yet.
I mean,
Just because
A
we're
favour
bad
for a
doesn't mean we're not
favour.
trying.
they've screwed us over, we screw them over.
You get this.
Here's-
You get the sense, because some of you were on the ship when the word bearers originally owned it as well, that they're very big on the plan and faith and religion, all that stuff. That's their primary motivator, spreading the truth of the chaos gods and all that stuff. So,
Yeah, they're the most ideological.
yes.
True.
One option we do have is like calling up the Iron Warriors and just bold-faced lying to them, saying that the word bearers contacted us, and then talking to the Iron Warriors but fucking the word bearers over.
Well, man.
Yep.
We could just lie.
Do we
Hmm.
need
And then
to,
do s-
though?
Why not?
Yeah,
Why not? We're evil too.
indeed.
I mean,
lying is... Yeah. Why not lie? They've done it. I'm
Just
sure
have the
they've
word
done it.
bearers do the heavy lifting, only to get bombarded by the Iron Warriors.
Yeah, exactly. And then when
Yeah.
the word bearers call us, we'll just say, no, we don't know what the fuck happened there.
Just like in the Great Crusade.
Oh, shit.
Exactly.
What do you mean you're being bombarded?
We're
There's
going
supposed to be nobody else here.
Have
Oh,
faith,
shit.
word bearer. We are all shedding blood today.
I think
We are going-
their intel is going to know that we're working with the Iron Warriors, given that one of our number is an Iron Warrior.
I will say, both sides, if you make an agreement, both of them probably will work together, because they have done joint operations so far in the 13th Black Crusade, but there is definitely
I
a bit
think-
of allies by necessity kind
I
of
think-
meme going on here.
I think.
Like,
All right. I think if we're going to take the word bearers offer, we have to take the Iron Warriors offer, because at the end of the day, both of them wanted recruitment, right?
yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they are mutually going to balance each other's efforts.
Yeah.
But they might depopulate the whole planet.
No, that they wouldn't do that.
No, because they need the people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
you
but no,
depopulate the
no,
planet,
what
you
I'm
forget
saying
another
is, in the long run, they would depopulate the planet.
That's not going to happen, because Johanna isn't going to allow it to happen.
Oh,
Also,
shit.
that's not how you farm humans effectively. You want more of them, not less.
Listen. Here's how it goes. We can accept both of their offers. They're going to balance each other, and then from there, we just have to make sure that whatever they do with the people remain on this planet.
Okay, that's fair.
So long as the Iron Warriors and so long as the Iron Warriors and the Word Bearers don't just grab a bunch of people and fuck off, it doesn't really matter if they're recruited by either one, right?
Oh, it's a few million.
I mean, basically sounds like they're getting jobs, whether they like it or not.
Basically.
Whether they want to or not, yes.
And it's also a case of, if they are balancing each other, then that gives us an opportunity to also set up our own recruitment drive. Because by balancing each other, they're going to naturally create that kind of recruitment wave, where we can also take advantage of.
Remind me again, what type of world is this?
It's a hive world.
Hive world, yeah.
Plenty of people to go around.
There's a shit ton of people to go around. That's like I said, is one of the things it has the most of.
Yeah, so I think what we need to do then is basically we want to take the planet without damaging infrastructure, but to do that we need to shut down stuff. So I'm thinking I shall go into Ursula voice. We shall have to take out one of the main power generation facilities, but only to capture it and turn it off. Then we will have our radical cleric brethren go and do some of their happy fun times in one area. We will have our Iron Within, Iron also Within friendos to go and do a raid somewhere else. And then I think we shall have perhaps a representative picked handful of each of their groups come together with us to take the main area once the power station is secure. How does this sound?
That sounds good. There's one thing we need to make sure we do, though. No matter what, our group has to be the ones that take over the main hive, the central hive.
Yes, this is why I'm thinking we will start by taking out the power generation facilities, turn them off, essentially, and then we will go up. Because a lot of the defenses will be automated, and they will rely on that power supply.
And I would no touching my family while we're there, but I don't really care what happens to the governor. So if one of you wants to kill him, that's fine by me. I think we can mind break him, and then make him serve us instead.
Is it not easier to do a coup?
How long will that take?
It's kind of like...
Are we in a rush here? I am
Yeah,
not familiar.
I mean,
we
that would be quite the
we already did one coup, and it's kind of like that. Like I said, the problem is that like it doesn't work like parallels there. My new metal brain tells me that that's not quite how it works. That's not quite how it's gonna work in a hive world, because it's not just about like being political. It's about like family and lineage and a lot of other stuff.
Also, how much of a long-term thing do we want this to be?
I mean, we are investing an entire planet. I feel like that should be long-term.
I mean, obviously, if we're going to make use of the Iron Warriors and the Word Bearers, we have a few weeks to a few months, because the Word Bearers are gonna leave in a few weeks, and the Iron Warriors are gonna leave in a few months. So if we want both of them, we have a limit of a few weeks.
It may take several weeks to navigate within the planet.
Maybe.
Don't know until you try. Eh?
Are we in a hurry?
That is a good question.
Well,
If we are not in a hurry, we can play slowly catchy monkey game. However, otherwise, if the Gox is in the pasture, we are up the... I cannot think of a good metaphor.
Hey Dillard, how is the Crusade going?
Well, I'll look over the reports here. Ultrex and Sobek are mostly remaining in the Xanid sector where we are, to mop up any remaining worlds, consolidate their territories and gains. And from there, I'm not too sure what their next course of action is. I'm sure they will inform you in time what they plan.
Alright,
Beyond that,
So,
the Eye of Terror is... The reports are a bit more scarce from there, but from what I hear, lots of the outward planets have fallen to the War Master's conquests, and he'll be mustering for a run at the gate sometime soon. My best guess, I'm afraid.
well, we gotta be careful that Mr. Abaddon, the spoilsport, doesn't get everything done before we've got done anything.
That's a good point. I
So-
mean, who knows how much of a mess he'll make?
There you go.
Hmm.
Well, for now, I guess let's just see if we can gather some support in the lower high, first and foremost, and see if we can locate that power generator.
Sounds good to me.
Let's start with that.
What I'll point out is that to get to Secundus, you will very likely have to pacify the SDF that are orbiting the system, patrolling it, which is the System Defense Force. So like the PDF, but for the Navy. So
Yeah.
your ship and whatever ship's company you from the Armed Warriors and Wordbearers will have to do a bit of a void engagement to pacify them, but at that point you can just conquer the planet at your own pace once that's done. Like, you can literally just sit there and menace them and they'll be like, oh no, what are we gonna do? And then you could
got
do
no supplies.
yeah, you could do infiltration cults and all
We're
that stuff.
supplieless.
We can do some
Let
cheeky
me-
orbital boarding actions as well.
Yeah,
We could do
on the
that.
ship.
there you go.
We could, if we did. I mean, Johanna's plans are always just head against wall. Just let's just board the commanding ship, and then Johanna will mind control the commander.
I mean,
That's Johanna's plan. Answer to almost everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Cut off the head, to tell them to stand down.
There you
Yeah.
But don't we have a small fleet of our own by this point? I seem to remember that
go.
after Perils.
Did
You don't
we
have
even
a
get any
fleet,
more
but
ships?
you have a warship, the Red Sun, which is a
Yeah, we
light
have a
cruiser,
ship.
which is not insignificant in a void battle. So
Yeah.
We did get another
Um,
ship. Yeah.
you
What?
could steal another ship.
Hey, Ursula, you're the one of us who has the most knowledge. Would Ursula know what an SDF typically consists of?
Probably. Let me
Make
go,
me some kind of roll. I guess knowledge war. With
I
plus
guess,
20.
I guess our corn friend could also do this.
I can make the attempt. I have knowledge war.
You'll
but I
get
also have
plus
low
20 to
intelligence.
the whatever knowledge test you're making. So
Hell yeah.
you can all rack your collective brain.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
I don't have a specific one, so I guess I'll go with.
I have no clue.
This is the only one I've got relevantly, because why would I pick particular skills?
Bada bling.
Okay, Ziv, you remember from your time as a boy on Kadian being in the army now. Whoa. That's the SDF on probably some mid-planet like this. They might have a couple of frigates, maybe a light cruiser if they're lucky. So It's nothing too insignificant to deal with. If you're very unlucky, there might be a full cruiser there, but that's extremely unlikely. So.
Because I'm just because if that's
mean-
the case, I'm just thinking I don't really want to ask either of the other factions for help on that.
I mean, if the Iron Warriors could provide us like a couple of ships, like 2, done deal. I think we'll be good. Could be
I mean,
risky what we got, but
I mean,
we can
have
make it.
We have a Grand Cruiser. We should be able to take on, like, pretty easily take on a system defense force, especially if we, like, fight them, like, not all at once.
Okay.
Yeah, shit, I forget
do
we have that.
them in? Because if we can avoid a space fight, we might do somewhat better. I'm not saying we would lose, I'm saying that it may be unnecessary, and if we can simply torque our way in, we can avoid unnecessary loss of munitions.
Well, how
Fair.
do we do that? How are we gonna?
Well,
how are we gonna
I
sneak
believe,
this big ship
Miss
out?
Johanna, that you live here, technically.
Yeah, but not anymore.
Yes, however, you may know people and can talk to them, and
No.
Yeah, but that
Uh,
still requires us to land, because none of them are gonna have like ways to contact us up here.
The real question is, are you exiled or are you not?
I don't know.
You don't know?
well,
No.
we can try.
I
It's
never
You can
checked.
hail them and see if they go, it is the Lady Johanna, excellent, welcome in. And if they go, it is the Lady Johanna, blow them out of the sky.
It's them.
that
Yeah,
would-
fair.
But that would reveal our presence to the whole planet, though.
I mean, if we got to
I think
blow our way
riding
in,
a spaceship does that anyway. Unless we want to try and raid in on, like, light ship-to-surface vehicles.
I don't know. I mean, if we just destroy them quickly enough, would they even know?
I would prefer not to destroy them,
Hmm.
because we may want
Okay.
to be able to use them later. Again, if we would like to capture this world, I do not want to have to go shopping for a spaceship.
Well, I guess we can do the old, the usual routine of just like pretending to be Imperials.
Now, I will have to raise you. We may have to call back one of our associates.
Right.
Gentlemen, I am not familiar enough. I have not had to deal with them personally. Which of our 2 associates would be the best at capturing a spaceship without destroying it in the sky? Because we may need to ask for backup, because I would like to take it quickly and easily and safely. We may
Both
have
of
to seed the vessel. However, if we still have it as a bargaining chip for later, it is better.
in terms of boarding action, both factions could probably pull off the job well enough. If you want something that probably leaves it more intact, probably the Iron Warriors are better at that kind of thing, I'd say.
I was
Although-
thinking the Iron Warriors would be the better bet, but it's
Although it's also important to keep in mind that if like there's any sort of if a warning signal goes out saying that we're being boarded by Chaos Space Marines,
Yeah,
that might be a very big deal.
the game's up at that point, yeah.
now
They're sneaking.
okay. Do we simply stake out the planet and wait until the escort vessels are on the other side and sneak in the back? Also,
Like
we
that.
have a spaceship. How do we land without drawing attention to this?
Well,
Lander?
I feel like they will notice.
Well, I mean,
Just out of character, 40K, while its technology level is wacky inconsistent, generally speaking, there have been cases in the lore of just big ass fucking cruisers just landing in the ocean without being discovered, hasn't there?
If a ship falls in the forest and there's no one there,
The
to
main
I'm pretty
issue-
sure 40k doesn't have like planet-wide like radars stuff.
But
It
why not
fucking
just use
should.
a lander though? Like just
Yeah.
small landing craft.
Yeah, like you could park your ship like just chilling out in orbit somewhere on a station
Yeah, I know.
behind the dank side of the moon or something. You know, you could do some things like that.
We could
Okay,
probably
Turn
do
off
that.
the
Yeah.
How much did we paint the ship last time we had it refitted? Because could we just stealth our way in?
I mean, you could
Hello,
try
fellow Imperial
your
citizen.
you could try your backstory again of being road traders of the Blood Bowl team again.
We could do that.
Don't we have an actual road trader certified person on board with like the paperwork and everything?
I think Johanna just bullshitted away in and it kind of
I made a forgery and it worked.
Yeah, yeah,
I
she
remember
did
that
just
one.
keep
I
that.
still have
You
that
guys are
forgery.
certified?
Verified on
Okay,
X.
let's
There you go.
certified. Let's go. Let's
guys are
just
getting
land and just be like, "Hey, we're here on business."
Well, we're not landing the cruiser. We're taking a shuttle down to the planet.
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
but
you
not
can-
under-
We can just go up to them and be like, "Hey, we're here to see the governor. Here's our fucking paperwork.
yeah.
Deal with it."
I mean, Johanna will feel that's kind of risky because she is gonna get recognized, and she has no fucking clue what kind of reaction that's gonna get. Because, out of character, intentionally, I left it vague in my backstory. How exactly her family reacted to what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So it's completely up to Stu what actually happened.
Yeah.
I'm not. Well, if you've got a forgery, couldn't you just do another forgery and hope for the best?
Johanna could disguise herself, and you could use the same forgery. Why not?
I mean, you're basically like part void being at this point, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disguise myself too. I'm gonna need to cover up my purple fucking skin with makeup now.
I
Yeah.
mean, if I have the capacity to do the, negotiations, I could just be like, "Hi, yes, Adeptus Mechanicus envoy. No, I won't show you my face, flesh being.
Yeah.
We're here to service your air conditioning."
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Here's
You
the
know, the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure Johanna called herself Rogue Trader Iveris, but it's which is her actual name. It was just that one letter was different.
here's the like main thing. Are you thinking of doing like a small infiltration run first, and then heading in with your allies to do a big shooty bang bang on the orbit and then take the
I'm
planet?
thinking that we, the player characters, could do a recce, and
Yeah.
then just, deal with things till we get to a point where we can do stuff and play it like old school style, or we can do grand strategy. We occasionally do things.
Yeah.
I definitely think going into like recce the planet first is a good idea, and then you can always have the big force come in afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
We
At
can
least
be
we'll
like
get
that
a
one
bit of lay of
space
the
marine
land.
from the Dawn of War game.
I think
We'll stand there with the flag and no arms,
Oh yes.
I mean
as
the
drop
Rogue
pods
Trader
land all
plan-
around us.
The Rogue Trader
should-
plan is good. I'm gonna say this much: Johanna is absolutely willing to do Rogue Trader plan because she is extremely confident in her ability to talk her way out of anything. But as a player, that is the plan I'm least confident in because it feels like if someone recognized Johanna, that it feels like that could blow up in our faces immediately.
Yeah, but how long have you been away?
At this point, that would be like.
Also, how
Uh,
much genetic mutation have you undergone since then?
Oh, fair.
And
Because
then
if
on
you're
a
now
very large
purple, I
amount.
feel like people aren't gonna be like, "Ah, yes, the young lady that left us several years ago, definitely her."
Well, her face hasn't changed. Well, actually, her face has changed quite a bit.
Maybe
might
she
not
could
recognize-
pretend
We
to
have
be.
to wear a mask.
Maybe she could
Face
pretend
has
to be a
literally
navigator,
changed.
because navigators tend to have like some mutations to make them look
There you
different.
go. It's another disguise idea. It's
And
just
I mean, you have psychic powers anyway, so...
Just run the gamut of top Imperial organizations: Road Trader, Navigator, Inquisitor,
Listen,
Arbite.
alright,
Like,
here's
do
what
every
we're doing.
a whole lot. We'll have, we'll have a Navigator, we'll have an Inquisitor, we'll have Adeptus Mechanicus,
Yes.
we'll have Ziv.
Yeah, we'll just have
listen,
every
here's-
organization.
Sorry, I
here's
don't know what we can do if you passed it. Your face looks like a bullseye.
Passed as an
Here's
arbitrator.
what we do. Here's what we do quite simply. Civ wears his armor and refuses to ever come out of it, and we call him Rogue Trader Sylvanus and his crew.
Oh yes, of course. The Rogue Trader. Yeah, fair. I mean, I could probably better pass myself off as a bodyguard. I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Navigators
Exotic
do have
bodyguard.
bodyguards.
Yes.
The thing is,
So if we go for the Inquisitor's retinue, I'm thinking, Han,
Yeah.
you just have the charisma required to be the Inquisitor.
you
Ziv,
do have the command.
you are the muscle.
Yes.
Grant, you are the psyker that is accompanying them. Be whatever
Yes.
flavor you would enjoy. I shall
Okay.
be the technical assistant.
Yeah.
The issue is that, unfortunately, Sabotai, he's only good at command. His base charisma is trash. And on top of that, he's dumb as a rock.
That's
Now,
fine.
here's
Here's
what it is.
These people are below you.
Yes. They
Here's-
don't need
here's the
to
thing.
know
Just
what
scowl.
your
All you
You could be
do
mute
is
for all they know.
You know
You
what?
just
He
need to
does have Intimidate, so he could just intimidate his way
We
through
we
everything.
could do the posh wanker who refuses to speak. Other people speak for him.
Yeah, they don't need to know your grand plan. You just
Giga
need
Aloof
to
Inquisitor.
Yeah.
make
And
it look
Johanna-
like you have one.
And Johanna's gonna wear a mask just for safety's sake. That will work because she's gonna be a navigator anyway.
Yeah.
So we have a plan. Excellent.
Well,
All right, it is Inquisitor.
I think you'll have to pick your own name.
Inquisitor Sabotage.
Sabotage.
Just go with that. It's
Sabotage.
funny.
Inquisitor Sabotage. Let's go.
And we are your Inquisitor Sabotage entourage, or Sabotage.
Yes.
I'm sure it
We
won't be
are-
lost on them, don't worry.
You wearing
We are-
Sabaton boots.
Indeed, we are your saboteur.
Oh god, you just arrive as the Sabaton band.
The other Panther elite.
Yes.
I feel like Ghost Division would be a cool option, however, may not be the most suitable.
True.
Okay, so let's begin by making a forgery.
Okay.
Quick question. Would I remember or be able to ask the relevant person which vessels we have in our hangar that would be appropriate to act as an inquisitorial transport?
You could doll up one of your normal lander shuttles and just
Yeah.
put gold
We
on it or
also,
some
we
shit.
also have a Cestus boarding ram, which you can make look. We can make it look
Actually,
although
that would be
impressive,
cool.
I'd like to save that in case we need it.
good idea.
In case you need to actually
enough.
board an
If
enemy
necessary,
ship.
we can just request it from
Right.
remote distance and go, hey, see that wall over there? I don't want to.
Yes.
And just fill it full of cultists.
Okay. It was
Disguise check. It's a deceive
Am I
check
derailing
from
this
what I
well enough, you
remember.
Stu? I had caffeine, so now I've got too much energy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He's
Please.
been overloaded by energy.
Now my brain is starting to catch up, that's all.
That's good.
It may be because I'm not currently doing CAD work.
Ooh.
I mean, it helps. It's good.
It's
I'm
almost
glad I
like
got energy.
single tasking is better than multitasking.
Right. I guess do your checks for your disguises before you head off or whatever. Or...
Yep.
Yes, sir.
My disguise check is that I'm gonna look like I look like. Let's see how this goes.
Yep.
Will I manage
Yep.
it?
I'm just gonna stay in my Terminator armor
So it's
and not.
All right, I'm gonna
Right.
make 2 deceive checks utilizing special gear.
Alright.
how do I fail a deceive check for just dressing normally?
Because you don't have it trained.
Yeah, I
And
don't have
here-
it trained either, so this is
I
gonna be
mean,
interesting.
give it one tier, bro.
Passer rolled a 2.
One tier. Brother, just give it one tip.
Oh, no.
One tick. That's all you need.
I feel like we need to do a montage with like Ziv leading us on how to do it properly. As essentially all of us just turn up well, myself and Han turn up in Groucho Marx glasses and just being like, this is enough, right?
No. You got to
Not
adjust your posture.
Your posh.
It's all about posture. Make sure you don't speak. I'm not gonna. Or have a passable voice.
I have a passable voice.
Oh.
Yes, you do.
I believe I can
Unlike me.
robotize it. I forget if I've got that implant.
I'm on a roll. I'm gonna do scrutiny to see if I can tell that their disguises are shit. I cannot. Your disguises, you're great.
Alright.
Oh god.
Well, it will take all this into account. You'll probably have a chance to adjust your disguise when you arrive anyway, a bit more. So
Here's
probably
hoping.
probably take you a week or two to arrive in the warp.
Johanna is unrecognizable.
Even to
At least.
herself.
So.
Yeah, well, that's every day in the mirror.
Oh.
I'll be honest with you.
Before you set off, here's the important question. Do you accept either or both of the deals from your...
Not before we're able to see the planet.
I would go with a pending yes, however, we need to check the situation on the ground.
Yeah.
So,
Ending yes for the warriors, and that's about it from me.
do you want to travel there first, and then
Everything else is
travel
fine.
back to tell them, yes, we want to conquer, and then travel back
We have to
again?
go
relay
back.
it once we've secured enough of the infrastructure ourselves.
Yeah.
Because at that point, we may not need them, but it's better to keep them on standby as a, hey, we don't want to waste your time, so we're not going to call you in right away. If it goes really well, then, GG will, arrange some compensation or whatever. If it goes as we expect, well, you'll get the compensation because you're doing the job.
One strategy we do have, depending on how the situation is on the ground, is we can accept just the Iron Warriors' help. Get the lower hive to work with us, at least most of it, and then we can assassinate the governor.
I mean, yeah, we could probably do that ourselves, to be honest, but
Yeah.
it's more the sowing the discord enough to distribute the PDF forces to multiple locations by using the two Chaos factions to our advantage.
Yeah, that's
With the added impact of we need to do a recce on the planet enough to know where to send them.
It
'Cause the last
sounds
thing
like
we want to do is go, right, we're going to send the Iron Warriors boarding ram directly into their anti-aircraft training base.
Bruh.
Oops.
It's missions like this that makes me like wish. You know what? I wish we had ties with the Alpha Legion. Aside from having our ferries.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
all the walls make
Imagine that. I know.
If
Imagine
only
that.
there
I
was
have never-
someone that could help out with this.
I cannot imagine where we would ever find a member of the Alpha Legion.
Yeah, I know.
How many of them have we had on the crew? It's 4 at least, isn't it right?
Officially none.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you had Mr.
Accurate.
Alfarius himself come on for it briefly.
Yeah,
remember?
obviously.
Yes, we had
Yeah.
Bill's character.
Wasn't-
I'm pretty sure
wasn't-
both of them were Alpha Legion.
Wasn't Bill one at one point?
He was an operative, yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm sure Gozu is an Alpha Legion. I'm pretty sure. What was his old character?
We're not even a Chaos Warband anymore. Now we're just an
Actually-
Alfarius Warband.
It's Voss not Voss.
Yeah, I think it was Voss, but
Yeah,
he's
it
on
was
the-
was.
Ah,
It was
okay.
Ballad.
That was the first one with the
Shelled
mellow
species.
link armor
yes,
hunter
shelled
guy.
species one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it was
Ballad, I'm
Ballad.
pretty sure, was the operative.
Yeah.
And then you had
Uh,
Alfarius himself come aboard from the Alpha
Yes.
ship. So
I also have Corporal
I actually
Dingo, but
staffed
I'm
that
not
guy.
sure
It
if
was
he's
quite
Alpha
fun.
Legion or not.
Hell yeah.
Alfarius and Omegon. Who was it that was on our ship? Who knows?
Yeah, it could have been the real guy. Could have not been who. Whatever.
You never know.
You can always fight him and find out next time. I don't know.
Johanna still doesn't know who the fuck he is.
Right. I'm
I mean,
thinking.
fair. Neither do I.
So you guys will come back and tell them we're go for the plan when you're recce. Guessing.
Or at least we'll radio back up, yeah.
Yeah, because you will. The problem is you'll have to travel back to let them know. Because
It depends how well we do.
yeah,
We could just
unless you
seize a
unless you
constantly,
try and do a quick astropathic burst. I think Gren can just do that because I don't think you have any astropaths on board. So Gren just does that.
I mean, I'd imagine we can just, potentially like go and mug one.
You already did that on Paris as well, actually. You mugged some
I'm
astropaths.
pretty
Yeah, we
sure.
can just go scrumping for psychers. I'm sure it'll work.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Johanna. I know Johanna did learn how to co-opt the beacon,
Yeah.
like all fucking chaos sorcerers learn to do.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Steal the Emperor's Wi-Fi. Yeah, there you go.
The password was 111. Ooh.
The password is gold.
I was so certain it'd have the 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was binary for gold.
Oh.
No, binary has to be at least 6 characters.
That's what. That's what the Mechanicus always forgets.
Oh.
Binary actually has 2, 3, and 4 too.
Right. I'm thinking,
Technicalities.
unless you guys want to go over some more stuff for the lovely viewers, we'll probably end it here, and I will plan out this recon mission for next week. So I'll probably have to draw at least one more MS Paint map for this.
That's understandable.
Have we
think-
railed adequately for you, Stu?
Yes. All good.
Excellent.
I think. Let's see. Let's sum it up. Let's sum it up. Our plan. Our plan is, we are going to gain entry to the planet by presenting ourselves as an Inquisitor's band. Once we are on the planet, we are going to get entry into the hive because we are into the lower hive because we are an Inquisitor's band. Once we are in the lower hive, we are going to see the situation there, and then we are going to work on locating a central generator for at least a important portion of the hive.
Or at least a substation or something.
Something like that. Once
Something
we
critical.
once we have located something critical to the functions of the hive, we will return to our ship, have to travel all the fucking way back to Peros, contact our friends of the Iron Warriors and the Word Bearers,
Other guy.
and tell them that we are going to be turning off this critical junction, and then we need them to divide their forces so that we can go and take out all of their central authority figures. Does that sound about right?
Can't believe we have to travel this far for a Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah. It might also be good to try and find any sort of like astropathic relay
Yeah.
so that they don't send out the distress signal.
I'm sure we'll find a convenient room with all the drawings for, like, all the runways and everything.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we'll find the concept art for every critical infrastructure.
Actually, since you're a
We
psychic,
should
you
go
might be
to
able,
the
Johanna might be able to
administration.
scry for it as well.
Yeah, Johanna's gonna
No,
try
no, no.
to.
We could go to the administratum, ask them for the fucking blueprint or something.
Do we have a rosette with us?
Oh.
Could we just
I mean, there
like,
might
flag
be
our way in?
administratum.
I mean,
I'm pretty
maybe.
sure we stole one.
I mean, you can always just, if it goes wrong, just GTA your way out of it. So,
And in fact, we kill everyone in the room.
There you go.
We've done that a few times, so
Mm-hmm.
it's not out of character. Remember when you guys brutally murdered a secretary?
Just for no reason.
When I might have.
Yeah, I was traumatized by that. That was part of why Johanna is evil now.
No, I couldn't even stop you because I was technically dead at the time.
She didn't do anything. She's just
She's part of the administratum.
I mean, technically, yes, she is evil because she is part of the administratum. However, she hadn't actually done anything.
Yes.
But
Probably
part of the
gonna have-
administratum.
Yes,
Probably
I
gonna
know.
have it leave my daemon weapon on the ship when we go in.
No.
That's a good point. What shiny things do we currently have that we are definitely not going to be able to hide?
Man.
I have so
That's
many
a good
bits of
point.
armor.
Well, I can definitely not bring Nastron.
I feel like the Hello Kitty armor might be difficult to hide.
Yeah.
However, it is good armor.
I'm probably gonna have to bring the chainsword. I might be able to bring in the bolters and the melter gun.
I think, yeah, unless we've got like a van we can keep stuff in, you're gonna take one thing that's easy to supply, because otherwise it's gonna get messy and heavy.
With your inquisitorial ID, presuming it holds up, you might be able to requisition a vehicle.
Yes.
Yeah,
Or
if we
steal
can just,
one.
if we successfully blag our way in, we can just be like, hey, can we like borrow a van for a bit from like the local PDF?
Go to the car rental.
The other thing is, if I take my Omnissiah axe, it will definitely be beneficial to us, but that means that I can't take a gun, apart from Jane.
There
Which
should be
means
enough
that I will
gun
not be able to
on hand
use
anyway.
any of my fun shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd go for what are you strongest with? For me, it's definitely melee. As much as I love the melter gun.
I am about balanced with both. So I'd say melee is the better option for me, just because I've got the Omnissiah axe, which is a big mark of office, which is beneficial to intimidation and general administration.
Yeah,
Also,
because I'm thinking anything from talent, stats, the function of the weapon itself.
Because I'm looking at my M34 autocannon and going, I don't think I can bring that.
my holdout autocannon lads, just under my coat.
I mean, I will admit, being a bodyguard with a melter gun in hand might not be the ideal approach.
I think it could
intimidating,
work.
but it's
Yeah.
also...
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, you could leave the autocannon in the flyer.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, well, Jane will have her heavy stubber at least, so... This is the thing, we're going up against human-sized targets in, like, carapace armor. We shouldn't have, hopefully, anything more exciting to deal with initially.
That is true.
Also, you will, Johanna will be able to inform you that the, from what she remembers from her time there, the PDF doesn't really have a lot of mechanization. They mostly have cavalry, actually, in their cities for police work.
Oh.
So, it's mostly just guys, guns, cavalry, some trucks and soft-skin vehicles for the most part. Maybe chimeras is the heaviest thing most of them have, so...
Yeah.
Not that much.
Things we could, at this point, actually. It's very weird to play a 40k game where I feel relatively confident in saying we could take those.
You can just take out Chimera, yeah.
That's actually oddly accurate.
Yeah. What's the thing? Like, using APCs is probably more of like a riot vehicle than a general like patrol vehicle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, having basically Mounties as our opposition, I think we'll be all right because you can shoot a horse quite easily.
I5 feudal Mounties, yes.
It's I just wanted to create a. I just wanted to conquer a planet, so we'd have our very own staging ground for any future endeavors.
Nope.
Also, it brings me closer to home.
True. We're not
I mean,
actually
it would
that
be nice
far.
to visit.
Galactically speaking, we are not that far from Cadia.
So we've
5
got
minutes
a plan. We've got the gear for it. We've got probably the skills to achieve it.
One would hope.
So I guess
Fingers
tune
crossed.
in next week when Stu's drawn some maps, because we've probably not done anything he was expecting.
You certainly made it more
Really?
detailed than I was expecting, but that's fine. This will make things more interesting, and
I think having
Yeah.
the more like personal element where we go in and do the things rather than going real-time strategy, that unit goes over there, that unit goes
Yeah.
over there, we sit back and watch.
yeah, no, that does get a bit dull after a while. There'll probably be a little bit of that at some point.
There'll be a
but
bit of that, I'd
yeah.
imagine, but it's nice to have that personal touch of burying an axe in
Yeah.
someone's face.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right.
There is something I would like to acquire
Okay.
before we end for today.
Yes.
I would like to make an infamy test to acquire a suit of sin skin.
What is the rarity of that?
Sin skin has a rarity of very rare.
Okay, you're only acquiring one, I presume. So
Yes. There was something. There was a mechanic I could do with like a charm test beforehand.
yes, there is indeed. Do that to charm. Well, you're on Paros actually, so you probably charm people in there to give you some skin too.
I'm going to do charm to attempt to get a bonus on my infamy test.
Should we be getting grav shoots, maybe?
I think that's just a backup option in case things go badly.
Oh.
I rolled a 4. Or 11 degrees of success again.
Just roll the infamy test flat, and I'll tell you if you win or not.
Okay.
I mean, knowing our luck, it could go really
Seven.
well, or it could be going terrible.
You receive a box of sin skin.
Johanna's gonna come
God
up to the
damn.
party and go,
Hey guys, I have gifts for you.
What the heck
I
is
wonder if the
that?
synth isn't still in its skin.
Sin skin's is that a cyberware thing?
it is a gear item.
It's something you basically spray it on.
Oh, is it the stealth
Uh,
suit? The skin tight
Yeah.
stealth
It is the
suit?
stealth suit.
Oh, good. There
Oh
you go.
shit, it is.
Yeah, you
Uh,
receive a crate of 10 skin suits. There you go.
Okay.
I guess you know a guy.
She
guess
she
so.
she yeah, like charmed some guy real good who had a line on stealth suits. There you go. Probably banged him,
I'm
you
just
know.
assuming fucking Slanesh considers us Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
Personal Charlie's Angels.
Alright. Sin skin.
All right.
Yeah, I just wanted a sin skin because it makes you invisible to dark side and infrared.
That's that's fucking awesome.
pretty
It
damn
makes you
cool,
immune to
actually.
thermal sights. Okay, yeah.
And gives you plus
Darn.
10 bonus on stealth checks.
Yeah. That's pretty Gucci. Right, you heard it here, folks. That's the plan for next week. Thank you all for returning with us on the Season 3 of Rising Sun, and we will see you all again soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.